Over here.
Yeah, and next to that, we've got on the side of our Scorpion Navy, we've got a Claymore, a Simi. We've got a couple of Claymores, a Simi. We see two Sweeples and a Jackdaw. We see our first Manticore, and it's a double Manticore at that. And on the other side, minions are bringing a double Vengeance, double Sacrilege, triple Sacrilege actually, an Absolution, Confessor Draugr, a Sentinel, and a Zarmaz.
So one of the interesting things that's going to be popping off here for the game plan for Volta is that they're going to want to spread damage, which is normally something you don't want to do in an AT match, but the Zarmaz can only rep one ship at once, or else it's going to miss out on its ramping rep bonus, which is a key part of the hull. So we're going to see a very, very different opening here than we normally would in the AT. What are the minions going to attempt to do here to counter Volta's spread?
An important thing they can do is they realize that this Scorpion Navy is crews and the two Claymores are hams. So if they can keep up speed, I don't think Weak Form Volta can apply a lot of damage. If they can pull back and apply their damage from just outside of ham range, it doesn't matter if they spread damage because they're just going to not apply enough damage to actually break anything.
Yeah, it's just going to be a question of what the primary targets here during the start of the match and how well they can screen this rush in from the minions. You can see there them streaming in on top of the Claymores already. What are they running for, though? It looks like they're trying to tackle the back line down there.
Yeah, the Draugr and the Vengeance.
They are going right on the Claymore of Ed Reynolds, just trying to apply damage to them. They're splitting between the two Claymores, and all of them are rushing for Ed Reynolds to lock him down, to break him, and just try and break the shield tank. Because Claymores don't have much shield tank, but they have self-rep bonuses for shield tank. They have that shield resist bonus to them, and they have their linked bonuses. So they are tanky enough, but with this damage being applied here, they are breaking a lot easier than expected.
Yeah, you can see there Planet 6 and the Scimitar just staying right at the edge of optimal range there for him, as far away from that blob of tackle, that blob of vengeances that are now sitting on top of Zebediah Crane, just trying to keep both that Claymore and that Zwippel alive at the same time here.
Yeah, an important thing to notice is all of these Claymores are Minotaur Tech 2 ships, so they do have really high resistances to the lasers that are on grid. So if they don't manage to break them, they are mitigating a huge amount of damage when compared to shooting something like the Scorpion Navy or the smaller stuff like the Swiffles. That being said, the Swiffle of Zebediah Crane and Supreme Leader are going down.
It looks like the Zarmaz is caught as well. There's a weapon scram on him. I'm not sure what by, but it also looks like he's really struggling here as they split damage across all this tackle. The Sentinel dipping into armor, Vengeance as well. Claymore also going into hull here though. The Claymore's dropped.
And what I find odd is that they are spreading their DPS so much around so many ships. Like if they would have concentrated it a little bit more, I think they would have been more successful, no?
This is incredible play here from Sindri. He's repped 6 different ships at once over the course of the past 10 or 15 seconds. You can see there different modules popping off back and forth between different ships as he's trying to keep Zardas alive. All of these different things. The vengeance there of Zardas finally going into Hull, but it gets brought back from the near dead there. They're able to catch tackle here onto the Claymore of Gani Ardet as well. This tackle is doing great.
An important thing to notice here, all of the damage that's being applied to the smaller ships are being done by the smaller ships. All the 3 sacrileges are just vomiting damage on each claymore. They're just picking a claymore and wolf packing around it, whereas all the small ships are screening other small ships off and away from each other and then applying their damage to whoever they've got tackled, which is why you're seeing a huge amount of damage spread between like 7 or 8 ships, because each of the small ships is just picking someone and going, I want you, me and you are fighting in the middle of this arena for 5 minutes.
Ganiardet, they're going into hull, going into structure. He's very close and gone.
Yeah, an important thing here is all these sacrileges have got the bonuses to micro warp drive speed. Micro Warp Drive Sig Bloom, so this Scorpion Navy is not going to apply that much damage. And if it's trying to apply damage to the Zarmads fit with an AB. It's perfectly happy under Scram to just zoom around no matter what, because they don't have any webs on it, and it's not slowing down.
It
so
doesn't
this
even
Scorpion
look like
Navy,
it matters. His TikTok here is going through shields. They're going like butter. He's got reps on him. It's just not enough. All this DPS now that it's on top of him, suddenly it's turning, and it is turning fast here. I don't think Planet 6 is in range.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Scorpion Navy has just pulled back far enough to apply damage that when they've swapped onto him, they just don't have time to keep him alive. These sacrileges are putting out a surprising amount of DPS, and the Scorpion's just not applying any damage to anything.
Wow, what a really good execution there from that Zarmzad pilot, keeping everything alive throughout this. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up this support war, eventually pinning down Reload, and taking this match home. It would take a couple of boundaries here for V0LTA to pull this one back, I think. What an incredible match there. We can see here now the Supreme Leader Mao tackled, scrammed, and going down as quickly as possible. This is just cleanup duty here, really. 100-0 as well.
Yeah, surprisingly, Azama are doing really well. The one thing that hasn't been mentioned is the minions did an amazing job of screening everything with webs off. So the moment we form V0LTA hot swapped onto that Zarmad, if this was anything usually, if this was say something armor with a micro warp drive, it got scrammed and wouldn't be able to move. But because it's a Zarm and it has all those extra mid slots, it fits dual prop. So when it had that damage being applied to it, it could just AB away no matter what and perfectly be fine. It may not be fit double prop and maybe fit AB, but they didn't have any webs on it. They couldn't slow it down, and it was just alive to rep for the entire match.
There we are, though. That is the final ship down. The Orthrus finally deleted, and 100-0 there for the minions, upsetting V0LTA in the first round and going through to the second. So we'll head back to the studio to dissect this one a bit more.